Hi everyone, Janie here. Welcome back to my garden. I haven't been out in my garden in almost a week and I am starting to get withdrawals. I need to get out here. Unfortunately, it's been kind of weird weather today. Look at those rain clouds that just passed. It just rained and we're supposed to get rain kind of off and on all afternoon, but I am determined to get outside and to get some planting done. So we went on a little trip last week to Southern California. The girls were on spring break. We went to Harry Potter World and the Huntington Botanical Gardens, and it was incredible and amazing. But now I'm really excited to get back in the garden, and just being gone a couple days, it's just that time of year where things change so quickly. It's really exciting. So just stepping out here and looking at the orchard garden, man, things are really starting to come along. We've got the Cat's Pajamas Nepeta that is starting to bloom absolutely beautifully. I love this plant. It performs really well, part of my Best for the West collection, and it is just such a fabulous complement to this raspberry superbena right here. My Shasta daisies are starting to bloom. My Helen von Stein lamb's ear right there is starting to grow up. The rain has, and not being here for a while, has got our oranges all over the place. I got to get there and I got to pick them up. But I am starting to get some orange blossoms, which is honestly my favorite thing. It smells so good. And when these two orange trees start blooming, my whole garden is just absolutely heaven. The other thing that I was looking at right before I started recording was my calla lilies back here. Look at how good these look. Oh my gosh, I cannot get over it. If you are looking for an April blooming plant, this is absolutely the one for you. I mean, if you live in a climate similar to mine. If not, you might need to put it a little bit later in the season, but look at how gorgeous these are. I just love them. My pomegranate tree, it's starting to flesh back out, so it's not looking so weird anymore. I pruned this guy to within an inch of its life, and I think I did okay. Now I'm seeing it start to flesh out. I think I did okay, but you can see it wants to go back to being a shrub. It wants to go back to being kind of in a bush form. So I got to get out here and I got to deal with this. And then coming over here, we have the Verbena de la Mina that looks absolutely stunning. Beautiful, beautiful. I can't wait till the Nyphophia start. I cut those back pretty severely this year. Oh, I see a bloom. Yay! I cut these back pretty severely this year, so they're a little bit further behind than I feel like they should be. I have one random tulip that the gophers didn't get last year, which has been really nice. And then look at this plant. Look at this plant. I never say this plant's name right. It's Spectabilis something. I'll put it on the screen right now. But it's a succulent type plant, and it blooms right around this time, these beautiful bright pink blooms, and they are just the coolest thing. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but there's buds all over this plant. So I'm going to have even more blooms. Sadly, my Evolvulus Blew My Mind XL, it didn't come back. It just doesn't overwinter. That plant does not overwinter for me here. Even though it says it should in my Zone 9B garden, it just absolutely doesn't. I had a whole bunch of them planted right here. They died back at the end of the season, and a lot of you said to leave it. This is what yours look like in the winter, and then it starts growing again. But I've never been able to successfully overwinter that plant in my garden. So I'm going to have to find something else to plant right there. I know this isn't a garden tour, but I feel like it's that time of year that I have to show things that are blooming in between my monthly garden tours, because otherwise we'll miss it. Like my fig tree is starting to leaf out, which is really pretty. I have a lot of bearded iris that's blooming too, which is exciting. So I planted a ton of this bearded iris in this raised garden bed last year with the hopes that they would bloom. Was it last year or was it the year before? I can't remember right now, but they've been very, very slow to bloom. I've been kind of worried about them, wondering if they're just not going to bloom for me. But I do have a couple of them blooming right now. First of all, I have this grouping of this beautiful, beautiful, I guess you would call that a blue flower. I mean, of course it's lavender, right? But in the gardening world, I guess we call that blue. But one of you sent this to me. Was it Marcia or Martha? Marta, there's a tag in there somewhere with your name on it, and I cannot find it right now. I've looked, but they are absolutely gorgeous, really beautiful. And then I have these really, really beautiful peach ones. Look at how gorgeous these are. These are so beautiful. Oh my gosh. And then of course the classic purple ones. A lot of you have been asking me about the daffodils that I planted in front of my fence and asking why I haven't shown them. Let me show you why I haven't shown them. Because this is what the front of my fence looks like. So the daffodils are there. They're very pretty. They're blooming. They came back. So basically these daffodils were planted in my zigzag planter last winter, fall season. And Jason and I transplanted them and put them here in front of the fence. But yeah. It's kind of a mess with weeds. Some of the weeds are really pretty though and add to it. So we have been meaning to get out here and to use the weed whacker, mow it down. And we actually started pulling it out over on the far side over there, but it's just a big job. And I keep holding back because I don't want to cut down the daffodils. And so then the weeds keep growing in response to the daffodils, but it's gotten to the point that I got to do something about it. We're going to have a nightmare on our hands if we don't address this pretty soon. So we've got some California poppies in there, which is really pretty. And then some other wildflowers, and then of course the daffodils that we planted. So yeah, that's what's going on in front of my fence, guys. Work in progress. Don't we all have areas of our garden like that? The ones that we just don't show people and pretend like are not there. Mine just happens to be right in front of my house. So anyway, let me get to planting, to what I'm going to be planting today. I really want to work in the center island. We finally got the center island to a point where I feel comfortable for actually planting plants in certain areas. There's other areas that we have to work on, and I need to wait a little bit. So pretty much everything to the right side of the dry creek bed, I feel comfortable planting in. I feel like if I plant there, it's not going to mess anything up. I'm not going to have to dig it up again and change it around or stomp over it while we work on something. So pretty much everything that has the wood chips on it, I can plant in that area as well as around the gazebo. The place that I don't want to touch just yet is, of course, the start of the dry creek bed. We are extending this dry creek bed kind of right up to the gazebo. I'm going to put some boulder fountains in that. I don't know, like, I'm kind of intimidated by that project as I am intimidated by this project over here. What we're planning to do over here is we're planning to sow a no-mow California native lawn. Actually, at the Huntington Garden where I went last week, they actually had it, and it was so beautiful. It was exactly what I want. But this whole area is right over our leach field, and I think I need more compost. I think I need a thicker layer of compost here, and especially over there, before I sow those seeds here. I just don't want to mess it up. I'm just, it's just the type of thing that I just want to make sure I have everything ready to go before I actually use those seeds that I bought. So anyway, I'm not going to touch that area right now. We're going to leave that. I have a whole plan for this spot right here. So I'm not really going to touch that. But over here on this side, I can work in this area, and I can work kind of all in this area. So I have a lot of things here that are just starting to come out of dormancy. For instance, I have Amazing Daisy spun silk. I have that kind of spread all over on either side of the pathway. I have my pink profusion salvia. You guys know how much I love this plant. I have denim and lace Russian sage. I do have these kindly privets that are going to get about 6 feet tall and 4 feet wide. I have 3 of those. One here, one over there, and then one over there. So that'll be a really pretty evergreen shrub dotting each side of the pathway, giving it some structure. I do have a rock steady vitex. You can't even see it. It's right there, but that is apparently supposed to get up to 12 feet tall. It says anywhere from 4 feet to 12 feet tall. So I don't know. That's a big variation. So we'll see how that one does. Right there, those 3 sticks, that's my El Nino Chitalpa. So that's going to be some structure. And then I do think that I want to add some of those living Christmas trees that I have to transplant. I think I want to add them kind of in this area right here. But as for this area over here, and then this area over here, I'm kind of open to planting some really beautiful color, which I think will be fun. And that's what I want to do today. My crepe myrtles, my Tuscarora Cape Myrtle Crepe myrtles are just starting to leaf out, which is so fun. Really, really exciting time of year. So anyway, let me head over to my plant stash and see what I can find that doesn't already have a home and what I can plant in the center island. Oh, I'm sorry, you guys. Everywhere I walk, there's something beautiful to show you. This is my Traveler's Weeping Redbud. Look at how beautiful this is. Look at how beautiful. I love redbuds so much. I also have a Merlot redbud over there, but I cannot walk past these stock tanks without showing you my bulb display. These bulbs are actually from Proven Winners. Yes, Proven Winners has bulbs now, and I have this beautiful muscari and these beautiful tulips. I cannot remember the names of them. I should have put a tag, and of course I didn't, but they are gorgeous. Oh my gosh, they're so beautiful. I was a little worried about them because they took a long time to bloom. Like, I feel like it's a lot later for blooming for tulips right now, but my other tulips in my garden are starting to bloom at this time, so I think it's just that type of year. But this combination of red and purple, oh my gosh, I'm absolutely in love with it. Pleasant surprise. I had no idea I was getting a delivery today. This delivery is actually from Walter's Gardens. They are the perennials for Proven Winners. They do such a good job with their perennials. They are so incredibly gorgeous. Like I said, I had no idea I was getting a delivery today. And when that big truck showed up in front of the gate, I thought, did I order something from Amazon? You know how you go through, like, did I do some late night ordering? No. And then I thought, okay, well, it has to be a plant delivery. And it was. I'm so glad I was home and I was able to unpack them right away. So they're really beautiful. Let me show you guys what I got for this season for my perennials. Oh, the weather is taking quite a turn for the worse. So I hope it doesn't start raining. But let me show you guys what I got in my shipment. First of all, I got one of my favorites, Pink Profusion Salvia. I love this plant. I'm sorry, look at Monty. I think he's giving me a guilt trip for not throwing the ball. This boy, my goodness. Okay, so Pink Profusion Salvia. So this is one of my favorite plants. It's actually rated zones 3 through 8. But I live in zone 9B. I live in a hot and dry zone 9B, and this plant does amazingly for me. That's why I always say there's a difference between zone 9 on the west and zone 9 in the southern United States. Some plants do better there, some plants do better for us, and this plant does beautifully for us. I love plants like this, like pink profusion salvia, because I have to think of a name, or you guys have to help me think of a name, because I always talk about it. It's a plant that's so bright and beautiful that you can see it all the way across your garden. The color is so saturated and so gorgeous, and that is how this plant is. It's really, really pretty and such a nice addition to the garden because it blooms absolutely all season long. So definitely love that. I'm so excited to see that. I don't know how Walters gets their plants to look so good. Like so good. They like, look at that phlox over there. I don't know. So anyway, then I have this hosta right here. I have one of them. You only need one of these. I got this hosta for one reason only, and that is because of the name, Shadowland Gigantosaurus. I just wanted this plant in my garden just so I could say the name during garden tours. And here I have my Gigantosaurus hosta. I mean, it's just too funny. I was cracking up when I was looking at this plant. This is a new release. This plant, okay, hold yourself. 6.5 feet wide. 6.5 feet wide. I mean, where am I going to put this? I don't know. But I just really, really wanted this plant in my garden just to be able to say I have a Gigantosaurus. Then I have Prairie Winds Brushstrokes. I've actually never grown this plant. Do I want to even try and pronounce that? Schizachrium. It's a grass. Really, really beautiful. I have a lot of those. I have some plans for those. I have Sweet Romance Lavender. Love it. I'm going to add to my lavender river with those. One that I'm super excited about is this Aztec King Mangave. This is a new one. This is new. I think it gets, how wide does this get? I'm going to put it on the screen. I think it gets up to 3 to 4 feet wide. Hold on, let me check. Yeah, 3.5 feet wide. Oh my gosh, it's going to be stunning in the landscape. It is going to be so, so pretty. So I got 2 of those, and then I also got this new one, which is called Silver Fox. Look at how beautiful that is. Let's see how big this one gets. This one is only 18 inches wide, but of course it's for the color. So I'm going to be putting these on either side of the dry creek bed to have that really beautiful look, kind of like I saw at the Ruth Bancroft garden. Then coming over here, I want to try phlox. I've never grown phlox in my garden. I don't know if it does well. It seems like, for those of you who live in the Midwest, it seems like a very common plant. Every garden tour I've seen or done, everybody has some phlox in their garden. But we don't grow this a lot here, honestly. You don't see it a lot. So it's zones 4 through 8. So it's a big question on whether it can handle our heat. So I'm going to try it. This one is Opening Act Ultra Pink, and the color, this is my color. Like, this is my color. It is so beautiful. It is so pretty, and I'm really crossing my fingers that it'll work well in my garden. This one right here, this is a new one. This is called Orange Slices Spigelia. Spigelia, I think that's how you say it. I've heard a lot about this plant, and supposedly it's supposed to be really great for hot weather. Let's see what the stats are on it. So it zones 5 through 9. It gets up to 18 inches tall 20 inches tall and 18 inches wide is what it looks like. I'll put it on the screen. But can you guys see how beautiful this is? I know that they've had a red one before, and I think they called it apple slices. So this one is orange slices. It's a new one. The color is beautiful. And look at that compared to the Cat's Pajamas Nepeta. That's how I'm going to grow it. I love this color combination. It is so, so pretty. I'm so sorry about the wind, you guys. It's really picking up. I only got 3 of the the orange slices, and I kind of wish I got more because they are absolutely beautiful. Again, this is another plant that I'll have to see how it does in my garden. I haven't grown it in my garden. It possibly could be one that does well in humid, hot and humid. I just don't know. So it's kind of fun to try it out and to see how it does. I do have one of my favorite denim and lace Russian sage right there. Really beautiful. Gonna add to that. And then, of course, the orange blaze Nyphophia, which is it's got its bloom stalks coming up. Oh no, it's starting to rain. No, my plants. My plans are thwarted. Okay, this is a crazy video. All right, then I have this one. This is silver lining artemisia. I actually have that already growing in my garden right now, so this is just to kind of add to it and put it in different spots in my garden. This one, though, this guy that doesn't look like much right now, I'm super excited about this. This is a yucca, you guys. This is called Dragon Slayer, and I am so excited to try this and see how it does. I love that Proven Winners is starting to get into these type of plants, the yuccas and the mangaves, and I think it's so cool that they're really investing in more hot weather plants and going to make a better selection for those of us who live in hot climates. So I think I only ordered 3 of these, but I have this many. So don't worry, I'll find spots for them. I'll put them in other projects that I'm doing this year, but I'm super excited about these. I can't wait to see how they do. And then finally, I have this one right here. This one is one that I've been wanting to try forever because somebody told me that it smells really good, and it's called Nosferatu, Rainbow Rhythm Nosferatu, and it is a daylily. And so I do love daylilies. I think they're so beautiful. They of course do amazing for us here. They're one of those like parking lot plants. I'm so sorry to say that, but they're just so easy to grow, and I don't have anywhere near enough in my garden. So I've been trying to get my hands on this one because I just think the color is so beautiful. So I'm glad that I finally got my hands on that. So that is what I have here for my surprise delivery. Okay, so the sun's out over here, it's raining over here, and we've got huge rain clouds coming our way this way. It's spring! It is definitely spring weather. So I'm so sorry. I think I have to call it, you guys. I still have to water all of these plants after they've been delivered, and I want to make sure to do that before it really starts raining. And there's rain on the forecast in like 30 minutes. It says moderate, so you know, I'm a Californian. That means I gotta go inside. So anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this. Tomorrow is gonna be a big planting day, hopefully, and I hope you all have a chance to get in your garden today.